Her voice sliced through the showroom like a car alarm at 3 in the morning. I need a red one with tan leather. 6 months, no credit check starting today. That's how she announced herself, and, as I'd soon learn, how she introduced chaos. Wherever she went, the woman who would become my most unforgettable customer slapped. Her iced caramel macchiato right onto the hood of a $280,000 Ferrari Portofino. Like she was claiming it as her own. I'm Jake Hartley. I've been selling high-end cars for 7 years, long enough to have seen it all. Celebrities are melting down because their favorite color was out of stock. Trust fund kids throwing tantrums when daddy's credit card was declined. Cryptocurrency millionaires who lost their fortunes halfway through signing the finance papers. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared me for the whirlwind that was Donna Fitzgerald. It was a Tuesday afternoon in March when she strutted into our dealership, and from that moment on, the day was doomed. Donna was 43 years old, though she'd tell anyone within earshot that she was a youthful 35. She rolled up in a beat-up Toyota Highlander, windshield cracked, Live, Laugh, Love decal half-peeled from the back window, and parked diagonally across 2 customer spaces. Her oversized designer sunglasses, which I'd later learn were $15 knockoffs, from a swap meet, stayed perched on her head like a crown. Her outfit screamed gym chic. Yoga pants that had never seen a yoga mat, and a hoodie that said Boss Lady in glittery letters. And then there was the purse, massive enough to smuggle a toddler. "Ma'am, please be careful with the paint," I said, rushing over with a microfiber cloth to wipe the condensation ring her drink had already left on the Ferrari's pristine Rosso Corsa hood. She flicked her wrist dismissively, like I was a fly buzzing around her picnic table. "Oh, don't worry about it, sweetie," she said airily. "I'll be taking this one anyway. Now, where do I sign for my 6-month lease?" I took a deep breath, forcing a professional smile. The one that says I'm dying inside but still need this commission. "I'd be happy to help you explore our inventory," I began. "But Ferrari doesn't typically offer 6-month lease terms. Our standard agreements start at 24 months. And there's an application process, including a credit check and proof of insurance for high-value vehicles." That was the moment Donna's entire demeanor flipped like a light switch. Her confidence evaporated, replaced by a storm of indignation. "Excuse me?" she snapped. "Did you just say credit check? Do you have any idea who I am?" I admitted, truthfully, that I did not. That seemed to offend her even more. "I'm the president of Pine Ridge Estates HOA, she declared, standing taller. "I oversee 300 homes. I practically run half this city." She yanked out her phone, shoved it inches from my face, and opened her Facebook profile, where she'd listed herself as CEO of Pine Ridge HOA Management. The cover photo? Her smiling next to someone else's Maserati at a country club event. "See? I'm extremely important," she said, as if that proved everything. "I don't have time for your little processes. I need this car for the next 6 months for various important events. Then you can have it back." I explained as gently as possible that even if we did offer such short-term leases, which we absolutely did not, she'd still need to qualify financially. The base price of the Portofino she was currently decorating with caramel drizzle was nearly $250,000. And insurance alone? "Several thousand a month. Insurance?" she scoffed, taking another slurp of her drink. "Why would I need insurance for just 6 months? That's just your dealership trying to scam me out of extra money. I know how this works. My neighbor's daughter leased a Honda Civic last year. Same thing, right?" The comparison between a Ferrari and a Honda Civic was so absurd that our finance manager, Robert, actually choked on his coffee in the next room. Donna, of course, interpreted this as sexism. "Oh, I see what's going on here," she said, eyes narrowing. "You don't think a woman can handle a Ferrari? This is discrimination. I've been driving for 27 years without a single accident. That turned out to be creative math. Later, when we ran a background check out of sheer curiosity, we found 3 fender benders and enough parking violations to fund a small city. But at that moment, Donna was already on the move again. She stomped past me toward the centerpiece of our showroom, a $400,000 Ferrari 812 Superfast. Ignoring the velvet rope, she ducked under it, grabbed the door handle, and yanked. When it didn't open, because of course it was locked, she turned to me with eyes blazing. "Open this immediately. I need to test drive it to make sure it's suitable for my needs." "Ma'am," I said carefully, "that particular vehicle has already been sold. It's waiting for delivery to its new owner. And even if it weren't, we require proof of funds and valid insurance before any test drive." "Wrong answer." Her voice rose an octave, and at least 50 decibels. "Proof of funds? Proof of funds? I drive through this neighborhood every day. I could buy 10 of these if I wanted to." She fished her phone out again, stabbing the screen dramatically. "That's it," she announced. "I'm calling my lawyer. This is discrimination, harassment, and probably illegal." And that's when I realized this day was far from over. She jabbed a number on her phone and hit speaker, holding it up like a weapon. "Tyler! Tell these people I can afford a Ferrari!" The voice that answered was unmistakably teenage, tired, and confused. "Mom, I'm in chemistry class." "What are you talking about?" That didn't help her case. By this point, we had an audience. Half the sales floor was watching, and several actual customers had stopped mid-conversation to see how this circus would play out. Among them was James Morrison, one of our longtime clients, a calm, wealthy collector who owned 7 Ferraris and sat on the board of the Ferrari Club of America, Southwest region. He had his phone out, recording everything, though Donna was far too consumed by her performance to notice. "Fine," she snapped, hanging up on poor Tyler. "If you won't lease me a 6-month Ferrari, I demand to speak to the owner of this establishment immediately." I told her, as politely as I could, that the owner was currently in Italy, visiting the Ferrari factory. "Then get him on the phone," she said, crossing her arms. "I'll wait." And she did. Donna marched over to our customer lounge, plopped herself down, helped herself to our complimentary espresso machine, and began making herself very comfortable. That's when Robert, our finance manager, reappeared, cool as ever. In his hands, a freshly printed packet, Ferrari's official customer vetting process. He approached her with the kind of smile only years of dealing with difficult clients can produce. "Here's the standard application, ma'am," he said cheerfully. "Once you complete all 23 pages and provide the requested documentation, including your last 3 years of tax returns, proof of residence, and a letter from your insurance confirming coverage, we can begin the approval process. It usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks." The color drained from her face, then came roaring back in several shades of furious red, perfectly matching the Ferrari she'd wanted. "This is ridiculous," she shouted, snatching the papers and crumpling them up. "You're just making this up to avoid selling to me. I'm going to expose this scam on social media." She whipped out her phone again and right there in our showroom started a Facebook Live broadcast. "Everyone needs to see how Prestige Ferrari treats women," she announced to her grand audience of 12 viewers. "They're refusing to lease me a car because of sexism. They're making up fake rules. This is probably illegal." Her comment section filled quickly with laughing emojis. At that moment, James Morrison finally stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said. "I've purchased multiple Ferraris from this dealership. The requirements are very real and apply to everyone. I had to go through the same process when I bought my first one, and I'm a man." Donna turned on him like a hawk spotting prey. "Of course you're defending them," she hissed. "You're probably getting a kickback. This is a conspiracy." That was when security decided they'd seen enough. Our head of security, Marcus, approached her with the patience of a saint. "Ma'am," he said evenly, "I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You're disturbing customers and have caused property damage." "Damage?" she barked. "I haven't damaged anything. You're just trying to silence me." Marcus gestured toward the mess, a coffee stain on our leather, sofa, and the crumpled application papers, littering the floor. Donna responded by grabbing a Ferrari-branded brochure from the display and waving it in the air like a victory flag. "I'm taking this as evidence for my lawsuit." She stomped toward the exit, but not before stopping beside the same red Portofino she'd originally claimed and snapping a selfie. "You'll regret this," she shouted. "I'm posting reviews everywhere. Yelp, Google, the Better Business Bureau. You'll be sorry you treated Donna Fitzgerald this way." The automatic doors slid open with a gentle whoosh. She stormed outside, climbed into her beat-up Toyota Highlander, and attempted to peel out of the parking lot. Unfortunately, the poor SUV didn't quite share her enthusiasm. The engine groaned, the tires squealed weakly, and instead of a dramatic exit, she sputtered away with a sound closer to a sad wheeze. We thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. 30 minutes later, my phone buzzed. It was my friend over at the Lamborghini dealership down the street. "Hey, Jake," he said, chuckling. "Did you just have a lady named Donna show up demanding a 6-month lease?" I confirmed. "Yeah, well, she's here now, threatening to sue us for requiring a credit check. Security's already walking her out." I could only laugh. But the real fireworks came later. James Morrison's video of Donna's meltdown went viral within hours. He'd posted it in the Ferrari Club's private Facebook group with the caption, "Lady demands 6-month Ferrari lease, claims discrimination when told no." Within a day, it was everywhere. Car enthusiast blogs, TikTok, Reddit. The memes were relentless. Someone even photoshopped Donna's face onto a Hot Wheels car with the caption, "When you think Ferrari Financial works like Rent-A-Center," but the internet wasn't done with her yet. 3 days later, the real consequences hit. Turns out, Donna's grand HOA presidency was a volunteer position, one she'd apparently been using to bully local businesses for discounts and special treatment. After the video blew up, several business owners in Pine Ridge Estates came forward. The owner of a local spa said Donna had demanded free facials because she provided exposure. A restaurant manager shared security footage of her trying to skip out on a bill, claiming she was an influencer with 800 Facebook friends. Soon after, the Pine Ridge Estates HOA board called an emergency meeting. 17 residents showed up, armed with printed screenshots of the viral video and a stack of complaints. The vote was unanimous, 15-0, with 2 abstaining. Donna Fitzgerald was officially removed as HOA president and banned from holding any board position for 5 years. But karma wasn't quite done yet. After posting 12 one-star reviews accusing Ferrari of discrimination, Donna received a formal cease and desist letter from Ferrari North America's legal department. The letter stated that if she didn't remove her false claims within 72 hours, they'd pursue legal action for defamation and damages. She deleted every post within 24 hours. And that, my friends, is how Donna Fitzgerald went from HOA president and CEO of everything to a viral meme and a cautionary tale in every luxury dealership in the state.